109 tons is the amount of waste that each person produces in one lifetime. Um, 109 tons is a lot of material, and so I've been taking a look at recovered materials, and in the exhibition we're going to test it to see how much we can reabsorb in the building of this home.
1, 2, 3. Ready, set, go.
In a way, the house has been designed 5 times over because of consciously making a decision of what we're not willing to waste.
We're only going to be a sustainable civilization if we can recognize the humanity in everyone and that we do nothing to cause extinction so that species can't survive anymore. So the individual has to feel empowered by having less of an impact on the planet.
I find it my responsibility to not pursue traditional forms of cultural discipline if it means a continued extraction of materials. And so really this is a proposition to think about art making as including material invention. We're seeing Rue over here produce Newswood, which is rolled newspaper, and it'll be milled and used as wall covering. It's absolutely gorgeous to see the text that's been milled across and that it is now the next skin and paneling to a home. These are bricks that are made of silica and calcium carbonate. They are grown by using bacteria. Bacteria fuses the bricks together. We have a great amount of corporate and business partners in this exhibition. So water brick is a water container. Essentially, you would drop off water or materials needed in a crisis zone, and then once the contents have been emptied, then the material turns into a building brick. So in this part of the exhibition, we have a material collection. We're essentially asking Hyde Park audiences to collect, wash, clean, and remove the labels of their plastic containers. As we collect plastics 2, 5, and 6 from audience members, we will be processing it and shredding it, and they're going to be pressed into sheet panels. And the thing that I like about it is when you press sheet plastics, it can get extremely colorific and very galactical because of the way the plastic melts. So for the duration of the show, you will see the show grow and change as we begin to apply sheet pressed plastics onto the wall. The house at the Hyde Park Art Center will be open for audience members to navigate through the rooms. There will be artworks that are specific to the function of each room. For example, in the bedroom is this piece that I've carved for the show as a way to think about cultural and natural interpretations. You are set up in a situation to read race, but really that would be a trick because human ideas and metaphors really prevent us from seeing the actual material itself. One small and quiet piece is this piece that I've called Silver-Tongued Devil. Sewn in there is my own silver hairs. There's a lot of ways in which time and duration operate in the show, but it's interesting to think about it also from the perspective of one human lifetime. Part of the things that I was thinking about is an artist's job is to try to create alternate forms of value. And so I thought, what is seen without value more than waste? And so part of the challenge for me was to sort of go past that philosophical impasse. And so I started out with containers of all kinds, and I feel like that concentric nesting of containers is emulating the kind of rings of a tree. And then, of course, once you're getting that kind of line of thinking that if everything is a container and it contains you, you realize that the house is contained by the Hyde Park Art Center. You realize that the Hyde Park Art Center is part of a larger city, a region, a continent, and then you start to think in larger forms of containers like the planet. The Hyde Park Art Center is going to practice sustainable curation, which means that there's nothing used in the exhibition that doesn't already have a predetermined home, meaning all the materials will be donated to other artists, foundations, and to really limit the amount of waste that we have.
Artists kind of are only artists because they recognize we need to reorient the human attention toward quality of life for myself and everybody I know. We can accept a set of values that we can respect, and our kids can respect us for having.